big plays, product of your talent or your system?
Oof, both.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into TexAgs Rewind, presented by Specs here in the Rollo Insurance Studio. I am David Nuno. Blakey Blake, what's up, buddy?
What's up? How are you?
So those of you who don't know, he works in the back, but he also works for Chip Howard, right?
And the zone.
And the zone. So sometimes when you call Chip, he's the one who answers you and hangs up on you as well.
Yeah, it's fun. Give away prizes, put audio in the folder.
Did you have a good time this semester?
I did. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and it's great to do something that I've always wanted to do and learn. So,
tell the people your favorite. Not tell the people. Yeah, tell the people your favorite part of the show today.
Dustin Harris.
Dustin Harris was good, wasn't
Yeah, he was really good.
He was really good. Did you know his story beforehand?
No.
See, that's what I do. I tell stories. All right, Kate, what was your favorite part?
I liked the Joni Taylor segment. Joni Taylor was awesome. She's back with a gold medal. That's huge.
Yeah.
Great to hear about from her about the dealing with the high end talent at the Olympics. That's cool. That's cool stuff.
Yep. And Luke Blondovich. I couldn't think of a way to use blonde in evangelist. I'm sorry, I failed at it. Luke.
No, thank you for that. My favorite part was Jamie Morrison, someone who doesn't have any hair, but he would never make fun of my hair.
Oh, he would. Yeah.
Blonde evangelist is what we can go with.
Blonde evangelist. It sounds like a bad word, but we had all that, and we also had a little Stephen McGee action where we talked about movies and songs, and we did get some good football dialogue at the very end. You'll have to listen through it. It is a TexAgs Rewind presented by Specs. Le'Veon Moss. Baton Rouge's finest.
Yeah.
They all wanted him. Alabama wanted him. LSU wanted him. A&M got him.
A&M gathered the moss.
They did. Good job.
Yeah. So,
look, I don't want to talk about Ruben here because it's about Le'Veon, but his importance obviously is much bigger now that Ruben.
True.
It was going to be big anyway. It was going to be huge this year, but obviously of greater importance now.
Look at that. Le'Veon Moss averaged 5 yards a carry last season behind a suspect offensive line and a suspect system, right?
Yep.
I can remember a game against a carry against Arkansas. I think it was a 3rd and 1 or something like that. He gets the ball going off toward right tackle, and you look up and there's somebody from Arkansas in the backfield with him. And Le'Veon's a big guy, and he spins off the tackle and turns it into a big first down. And I think that might have been toward the end of the half when he went and scored. He's more agile than you think. He's a big guy, so he can run with power, but he's fast enough to make a big play. He's got power. I think he runs with an attitude, and he has more elusivity, if that's a word.
Talk some football. Notre Dame is getting a Hard Knocks type of show. I think they've done that before, but it's coming out, and A&M is going to be featured prominently, I would assume, because it's happening right now. Is that a good thing, a distraction for a program like Notre Dame that's used to being on TV all the time? What do you think?
I always used to think that Hard Knocks was a distraction for the team that had it. I know it was in Dallas the year before I got there, and everyone always talked negatively about Hard Knocks. And all the cameras there, and it's just it's a pain for everybody. But now as I look at Hard Knocks, I really think that they've done a phenomenal job of making the NFL, they kind of take the helmet off a lot of these players and make them more personable, because a lot of fans don't get to really know their superstars. Last year, Aaron Rodgers, this year you have like Caleb Williams. I mean, you get to know the Bears.
Yep.
Like, that's a team I would have never really cared about. And it's fun getting to go behind the scenes. So I think it's really good for the teams that get featured. Does it help that football team win games that year? I doubt it. I mean, what are the records of teams that have been featured on Hard Knocks in the year after?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Not very good.
But I know this. Didn't ESPN once do something like that with A&M?
Probably did. Probably right.
With when Dino Babers was the offensive coordinator, and I think Mark Ferris was the quarterback. And I think I
didn't know that.
Somebody listen will know if I'm way off or if there was some truth to that.
So I was at Texans camp when Hard Knocks visited them, and you really forget that they're there. They're all over the place, but you forget they just become. And of course, JJ would go run at 4 a.m. and make sure the cameras were there. It was great.
He's great at that.
That's JJ though. He actually probably was really going to go work out, but he let them know he's going to be there, right? But you do forget that they're there, and they pick up conversations. Like even from media members are like, we're making fun of somebody like Olin, and they hear you. Like it can get a little interesting.
Yeah, it does. They do a good job of it though. I mean, they piece it all together. And who's the guy that the voice?
Isn't that Liv Schreiber from from the
he's
Wolverine
phenomenal.
movies, and yeah,
he's really, really good. I enjoyed. I don't know if y'all watched any of the Hard Knocks this year.
I watched the GM version that they did for the draft. That was awesome.
I loved it.
When you think about this defense with Coach Elko, not that for you to know all the names, because there's a lot of change, but the secondary's been an issue the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It looks like they brought back their best pieces, and they've added some really good pieces. So when you think about that being the Achilles of the defense last year, how good can this defense be if those guys live up to what we think they're going to be?
I think we're going to be good. Like I said, it all comes down to trust. Elko brought in the coaching staff that he trusts. Now, that coaching staff just needs to get those guys to trust him. And I think it can happen 100%. And it could happen the first year.
You started as a freshman?
I started as a freshman.
How hard was that?
It was extremely hard. Man, I had guys above me that ran a 4.340. Could cover out their butt. But the fact of the matter is that the coaches had trust in me to get the job done. Not because of my speed, not because of my techniques, but just because of my mindset. I wanted to start. I wanted to be on the field. Right. I didn't just play high school just to play high school. My end goal was the NFL. It didn't happen, but that was my end goal. It was to try to get to the NFL and make a name for myself. Well, I made a name for myself here at A&M in my eyes. And
absolutely.
That made the difference for me. And special teams was the reason for my name. So.
And then defensively, let's talk about that front line, right? That defensive line, because
Crazy.
They were really good last year,
yeah.
But I think they could have been better. And now 100%. I think they're going to be better.
100%. Some of those games I watched and I'm just like, wow, how much talent we have right now is just like insane.
Right.
And then there was some key plays within the game that were just like, what are you doing? Why did you do that?
You mean having your defensive end cover a wide receiver?
Exactly. Why? And there's some mental mistakes, and you're going to have those, in which everybody's going to learn. You just got to take those mental mistakes, put them in the back like they never happened, and just go about your game.
You're an elite coach. Does this make you better? Did you learn things from dealing with that level of talent and seeing other coaches the way they go about their business?
Well, I think every time I have an opportunity to be with USAB, I learn something, even at the junior national level, because you are playing the European game. Mm-hmm. You're playing their rules. And so it allows you to be creative in a different way. You still plays, you still thoughts, you get challenged. And so it's really, really great. What I take away from this experience with the national team, it's my second time being with them. I was also with them in 2022 in Australia. It's just how they are able to compartmentalize so many things. I mean, Breonna Stewart had her 2 kids there. Diana Taurasi had her 2 kids there. Nafisha Collier had her kid there. Chelsea Gray had her 5-month-old there. Brittany Griner and her wife just had a baby. Like they are doing so many incredible things while still going out and performing at a high level. So it was inspiring. And it also just the level at which they take care of themselves, from what they eat to how they recover to how they prepare. It is a reason why they are the best of the best.
Last thing for you, A&M. How this can be a fun year?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. I love our roster. I love the young ladies we have on our team. They're all out of town right now, taking a final break before we come back. We have a team meeting on Sunday. I was texting with them and chatting with them the whole time I was away, so I'm excited to see them and get started.
All right, we're going to close out, but the first thing I want to do is show you that I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a post about Luke. People are saying this is from H2S Ag. What in the world is going on at TexAgs? If you can't see, that is Luke Evangelist in that picture with blonde hair. You can see him right there. And now you can see me. Tell the people what to do, Blake.
Like, comment, subscribe, share it to all your friends. Comment Barf, because he kind of looks like Barf from Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, underrated, great movie. I don't think it's underrated. It's actually probably perfectly rated, but it's a movie not mentioned enough. We'll see you next time.